is Pete Tigg. I'm Vice President for External Relations here at Livingstone College. It is my pleasure to greet you to our Day of Giving. We have, for the next 3 hours, a lot of folks are going to be coming up and sharing a lot of information with you. You're going to learn a lot about the college and what's going on here. There's a lot of wonderful things going on. The first thing I want to do is to introduce you to the rest of the institutional advancement team. So right now I'm going to call up Miss Deborah Johnson. So Deborah, if you will come to the stage, so to speak, and introduce yourself.
Well, good morning. I'm Deborah Johnson, Director of the Annual Fund UNCF here at Livingstone, and I am so excited for our UNCF campaign this year. We are doing a kickoff on Saturday, the 28th, from 12 noon to 4 o'clock. We need you to come and join us. Bring your friends. It's going to be a Men Who Grill contest, and you'll get to sample the foods from the contestants. So thank you so much for all you've done for UNCF in the past, and we thank you for what you're going to do in the future. Thanks.
Okay, no, stay here. Next is Miss Chanel Quick. If you will hand that mic to Chanel. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Good morning. I'm Chanel Quick, Director of Alumni Affairs, and I'm thankful for everything that you all do for Livingstone College. We really appreciate it. Livingstone needs you, and we appreciate everything you do. Thank you.
Okay, stay in place. And Mr. Ranzino Frazier, if you'll come introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hello, Livingstone family, community members. My name is Ranzino Frazier. I'm the Assistant Director of Alumni Affairs. And I again want to say welcome to the Day of Giving. And we look forward to speaking with you all. You all learning about the different things we have going on campus and the growth of Livingstone in the city of Salisbury.
Okay, we're going to excuse Deborah and Chanel. Ranzino, stay here for a minute. So Ranzino, let's talk for a minute about what's going to go on today.
Well, today we have a lot of visitors coming on to talk with us about the different departments here at Livingstone College, the growth. The community members that have been a part of the Livingstone College family for so long are able to show why they support Livingstone College and also tell you why you should support us today. So I look forward to it for today.
Absolutely. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot of things. One thing we need to tell you is that we had to pivot, which is normal. Our 13th president, Dr. Anthony J. Davis, was planning to be here in person. He was on the other side of the country speaking at an event and was flying back, or was going to fly back, and his flight was canceled. So he is not here. He is not even in North Carolina, but he sends his best and certainly wants this to be a successful day. So we will miss him. We'll see him soon. So we would be turning it over to him right now. We're not able to do that. Right. But instead of that, and he was already going to be here anyway, a living legend of Livingstone College, Dr. State Alexander, is going to come, and he and I are going to have a conversation. So, Ranzino, would you give Dr. Alexander the mic?
Absolutely.
And let's carry on. Let's carry on. Dr. State Alexander.
Hey, Pete, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's have a seat.
All
let's
right.
have a seat. Yes, sir. We'll let him make sure we're on the camera correctly there. All right. Well, Dr. Alexander, it is so good to see you today. We don't get to see you as often as we used to. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Pete, and it's so good to see you. I'm glad to see that you're still functioning and creating things on a high level here at Livingstone.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. We worked together for about 6 years.
Yes.
And that was a delightful time for me.
Well, that was just here at Livingstone. We
right, that's true.
Before
We've known each other a long time, and we did some things together before. That is absolutely true. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. So you've been retired for about a year now?
About a year.
About a year, and you're enjoying that?
I'm enjoying it.
Good.
It's a different kind of job now.
Right. We miss you here.
I miss being here.
But Dr. Alexander is still a great supporter of Livingstone College. And so part of what we want to do here, Dr. A, first, for those who might not know, tell a little bit about what you did while you were here for 30, how many years?
32.
32 years. You did some different things. So just briefly go through that if you don't mind.
I started under the leadership of Dr. Cortrelia Hunter in the advancement area. and I was doing public relations.
Right.
And then I did some work with sports marketing.
Okay.
And then I gravitated to other roles after that under Dr. Joyner. I did some institutional work in terms of the campus, and I was in charge of the maintenance and housekeeping teams, the police department, and other things. So I got a chance to, in those roles, to learn a lot about the internal workings of the college, and that was such a great experience. And
you sure did. I should have asked Dr. A, what did you not do during that time? My goodness.
Yeah, it was quite a lot. In fact, one of the major things that we did during my early tenure here was to replace the columns on the Hood building.
You replaced the columns on the Hood building?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they were in such bad shape. But so, I guess my point of it all is that I have seen Livingstone College progress from some of its lowest days to where we were functioning right now. And I still say we because I'm an honorary alum, and I'm still doing some work with Dr. Davis on various little projects. And so my contribution is still going on, and I'm enjoying it very much. So, but even after that, I was on the advancement team and then became administrative assistant or executive assistant to the various presidents, starting with Dr. Joyner. He had me as his executive assistant.
Okay. Yes, and that was in the 90s?
That was in the 90s, in
yes.
98.
I remember Dr. Joyner.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't here then, I remember Dr. Joyner.
So every president after that, I was in that role. And still serving as communications director in some way.
Very good, very good. So what are some of your fondest memories of your time here at Livingstone College? Yeah, what you think the folks watching and listening might be interested in that you recall?
I think some of my most fondest memories are working with the various presidents and seeing what each of them brought to the table in terms of their leadership of the college. And each one of them contributed something greatly. I enjoyed working with all the alums, of course, over that time period, and I've seen the college grow and various departments grow. And one time there was an effort by alums to contribute to the band here at Livingstone, and alumni and other friends of the college bought new uniforms for our band because it wasn't in good shape.
And that's actually going on again now.
All right. Well, that's good. Yes. So it's full circle moment.
Yes.
But we're seeing that again, and I think that is good to see Livingstone's band, which was a instrumental piece of our contribution to the community.
Absolutely.
Restored again to its fullness.
Yes. Yes, and I think our alumni and others will see this fall that while the band had gotten considerably smaller, they're going to see some growth, and hopefully quite a bit of growth in that number. Even just over from last year to this year. That's good. Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. With new uniforms.
That is wonderful.
With new uniforms.
Yes. That is good.
Yes.
That is good.
What else would you like to share with our audience today?
Well, I think one of the things I'd like to share, especially in this time of so much uncertainty, we hear that word bandied about so much nowadays, that the real certainty about Livingstone is that we are a determined community of people that want to see this school resurrected to its full growth and its full experience here for our students. And I think that's the thing. Livingstone has such focus on its mission, which hasn't abated from its founding. And we have been the beacon on the hill, as they used to say back in my day, for students and parents and families that wanted to raise the level of their families to a different place and make sure their young people, their children had an opportunity to succeed.
Very good.
So I'm very thankful for that.
Okay. What have you seen change over 30-some years? A lot of changes. What really sticks out in your mind in terms of particularly positive change?
Well, it starts with the campus grounds. When you see Livingstone's campus now, it is in such great shape, and it will continue to be such, that we'll see a resurrection of the Livingstone campus to a brand new look. which I think is the first thing people see. It's they call curb appeal.
Right.
It has such great curb appeal anyway, but it's going to be an enhanced vision of what Livingstone can fully be. And, over time, we've learned about the history of the school. So the people who founded the institution did such a great job with laying everything out.
Right.
The foundation of what Livingstone will become is based on that experience from the early founders and people who contributed and their experiences and financial resources to the institution.
Yeah, very
I've
good.
seen the education department grow.
Yes.
So our programs, educational programs, have grown exponentially with the growth of the school and made turns in what operations and offerings are available to students nowadays, and that has been an encouraging thing. We've kept pace with how society has
Right,
and
right.
transformed.
You mentioned education. Actually, one of the next things coming up is we'll have Dr. Tarsha Winston-Reed coming
Yes.
on. She's the dean over that division and working very hard along with her team to really build up that education department. So we look forward to hearing from her here probably in just a few minutes.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
yes.
Anything else that sticks out from a change standpoint?
Well, I'm encouraged by what I'm reading and hearing about the contributions to the college and the work that Dr. Davis is doing despite his challenges.
Yes.
He still is working as hard as he can, giving himself fully to the resurrection of Livingstone.
Yes,
I
he
am
is.
so encouraged by that. But the fact that the community and other folks find it important that we continue to support Livingstone,
Right.
and they're doing that. And so that is one thing that I'm really excited about to see now that we have some resources to really
Right.
transform Livingstone.
Been a tremendous blessing for us.
Absolutely a tremendous blessing. And we
Yeah,
have to
good.
take account for that because, historically it's been said that for all intents and purposes, conventional wisdom would say that Livingstone shouldn't be here. So you have to know that God has been has had his hands
Right.
on this
Right.
institution in so many ways, and he has been able to keep us in his hands.
Yes, we have definitely seen his hand on us.
Yes, right.
And, that's one of the things, and I know you feel the same way, that we are so blessed to be involved with an institution where we don't have to hide our faith.
Right.
We can be very upfront about that because it is a faith-based institution affiliated with the AME Zion Church. And
Yes.
so it's wonderful to be able to do that, to be open about that, to start our meetings with prayer and all those kinds of things. So,
And we can't
yeah.
forget that role that the AME Zion
Right.
Church has
That's right.
played.
That's right.
Because without that support, unabated for, 140, almost 150 years now, I guess.
We're not to 150 yet.
We're
But
approaching
yeah,
it.
we're at 146, I believe.
Okay, we're approaching it. But that denomination, that church, those the people of the church
Right.
have supported Livingstone and have been foundational to
Yes.
the support over these
Right.
over these.
So all
centuries.
those Zion folks out there, we appreciate
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
we need your support.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have it. We have it. Anything else you want to share?
No, I'm just thankful to be
Yeah.
here and thankful to your invitation to have me here, to still feel like I'm a part of the growth and change here at Livingstone, and to see my friends and colleagues that I've
Right.
grown with over these many years.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, you're cherished here. No
Thank
doubt
you, sir.
about it. And
Thank you.
we appreciate your time. We appreciate what you've done over the years and what you continue to do to support
Absolutely.
Livingstone
And I will
College.
continue to do that until the sun goes down.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Alexander.
Thank you,
So
Pete.
they'll,
Thank you.
we'll
Mr.
move on
Teague,
to the
I should
next
say.
thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
After I made that announcement, we know that there are about 70 people who raised their hand to be my match. To God be the glory.
Back, Livingstone family and friends. We just had an amazing talk with Dr. State Alexander and Mr. PT here at the Innovative Lounge at Livingstone College for the Day of Giving. So moving forward, I just want to let you guys know this year we decided to do something a little more creative. We decided to have our Day of Giving ambassadors. So we selected a few alumni, community members, faculty and staff members, and students that actually you're going to talk to live today to help drive you all to support Livingstone College. Each person submitted a photo and their quote of why they support Livingstone. So we want you all to go ahead. If you see someone that you know, if you see an organization that you want to support, you go ahead and log in, go to the website. You can call in and make donations as well and donate to their organization and put that person's name in the memo because they will get credit for you donating with them. And with that, they may get a prize, they may get a day off work. I can't make that call because I'm not the president, but we want to make sure that you all have a chance to give in every way possible. So let's give it up for our ambassadors for the 2005 Day of Giving project, and we're going to make sure that each one of you see why they support Livingstone, all right? So we have a few guests coming up, so we just want to make sure you guys know about our ambassadors and look forward to them coming up soon.
I went back to college, earned my bachelor's degree, went back to college, earned a master's, went back to college, earned a doctorate, and guess what? I went from foster care to the president's chair. Make sure you have a strong plan B, just in case things don't work out. So you're as strong as your relationships.
Hey, Blueberry family, on the road again. That's right, we are in Bloomfield, Connecticut, part of the 10 City Plus tour.
We came up the I-95 corridor, made our way to Harlem, USA. And we're here with our friends from Capitol.
We're
We've had a phenomenal experience here with their outstanding students at Career High School.
And even though we're showing up late in the year, we're finding diamonds in the rough. We have with me two young ladies from Bloomfield High.
Not only is he a presidential scholar coming to Livingstone College, you see he's in a cap and gown. He's in a cap and gown because he did it different. He graduated from community college today before he graduated from high school.
One friend heard about the opportunity in Livingstone, went to go get another friend, and they're both coming to Blue Man Nation.
I have to ask the question though, who you with? LC.
All right, Blue Bell family, we have Coach Huff here. He's our athletic director for Livingstone College. He's going to tell you about what's going on in athletics, what they're doing in the community, what they're doing on the court, off the court, on the field, off the field, and also about some scholarship opportunities for our amazing college athletes.
Hello, everyone. I'm Clifton Huff. I'm a Livingstone alumni, and I'm happy to be here and having the opportunity to speak with you on Livingstone athletics and plan giving and everything else that has to go along with taking our student athletes to the next level. Livingstone, we're in the process of growing and rebuilding, and our athletic program has made great strides. We're added an additional sport, women's flag football, and we're looking forward to the upcoming season. We think we've had an outstanding job of recruiting, and we've incorporated some more coaches in our staff, and we've enlarged our athletic department as a whole. We're looking to come out to the community, ask the community to support us, not only in dollars, but also in attendance. We feel like we have an excellent product that we're going to put out on the field, the court, and the track, and we like to take the opportunity for you to check us out. We've had some outstanding achievements. We've had about 7 or 8 of our athletes make all conference this year, first team, and we're very proud of that. But we also are very proud of our athletes in the classroom. We've had over 208 of our athletes make the commissioner's list, which is comprised of student athletes across the conference with all 13 conference schools, and we had 208 athletes achieve that success, and we were the highest in terms of athletes just achieving that success on the commissioner's list. So we're very proud of how our student athletes are doing things in the classroom and in the community, all the community functions, fundraising, and community service hours that they put in across this city and county has been very well received. We're looking forward to an outstanding recruiting year. Our football coaches and our basketball coaches and all our sports in general feel very good about the student athletes that we're coming in. We brought in last year about 32 student athletes who were presidential scholars. So academically, we're continuing to make Livingstone athletics solid, and athletically, we're slowly building up. But we need your help. We have a challenge in our facilities, and which is being addressed with our overall facilities for the entire campus being improved, but we have some things in athletics that we feel like is going to be some game changers and get the kind of quality athletes that we need in here to maintain our competitiveness and take advantage of our school spirit and as well as our school competitiveness. Whatever you can do, it was greatly appreciated. And there's no gift too small. There's always something that we can use in athletics, and just like there's always something we can use your money for at this institution. So please feel free and open your arms, all your hearts, and your pocketbooks to support Livingstone athletics, not only in the stands, but also in the bank account. Thank you for your time. One thing I do want to mention, we have a scholarship that's called Denise Sutton Athletic Scholarships. What we're trying to do is eventually get that into an endowment, and that's scholarship money that goes into a fund that will help our student athletes down the road gain more scholarship money, because our scholarships are not fully funded, and we do need your help with that particular scholarship. It's in honor of my former assistant, who is also a Livingstone graduate who passed in a tragic accident over a year or so ago. So we ask that you come out and support that event, just like we ask that you come out and support all our teams at games, contests, and matches. And we're looking forward to seeing you in the fall and the spring and at our championships. Thank you.
Livingstone College President Dr. Anthony Davis.
Testing tech.
Okay, welcome back. I have the pleasure of having with me Dr. Tarsha Winston Reed. Dr. Reed, would you first introduce yourself, tell these folks what you do here at Livingstone College?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. As you know, I am Dr. Tarsha Winston Reed. I am the Dean of Education, Psychology, and Social Work here at Livingstone College. Also the chair of the Teacher Education Program and the coordinator of Disability Services.
One thing you cannot find around Livingstone College is anyone who only wears one hat. That is a theme here. Thank you for what you do. Let's particularly talk about the education, teacher education here. I know that's a very big issue to you, and we can talk about other things as well. But let's first talk about the teacher residency program. You've allowed me to be involved in that a little bit, helping out in some ways, and I appreciate that. So first, just explain kind of what that is, and then we'll get into how it works. Thank you.
Okay, so the teacher residency program was formerly the teacher lateral entry program.
Lateral entry, right.
And so now they have renamed it the teacher residency program. And with that, at Livingstone College, with the renaming, we have a revision. So we have revised the program to include those that are have a 4-year non-educational degree, as well as a TA position, teacher assistant position, and want to be certified as teachers. So we have engulfed those adult learners, and it is now strictly online because we know that our adult learners have other things before their education, so that they must commit to.
Right.
So we want to make sure that our program is going to target those adult learners and help them with getting their certification.
Right. So most, if not all of them, are working, and they're doing this in addition to their current jobs.
Exactly, exactly. So we want to be mindful of that.
Mm-hmm.
So those students are evening, weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So they will start their courses at 6 o'clock and will end about 10 o'clock. And they do have about a 50-minute out of classroom experience that they will need to complete.
Okay. And so this program isn't just something for Livingstone College. This addresses a need in the society. Would you talk about that for a minute?
Yes, as we know, the nation is having a crisis with finding high quality educators, especially educators of color, to teach in rural areas. So there are a lot of barriers, and one of those barriers is funding. Because when you have your 4-year degree and it's non-educational and you're trying to get your teacher certification, you don't get funding. You can't get FAFSA. So they're having to come out of their pockets in order to get certified.
Right.
And what's happening is North Carolina has a 3-year window where you can teach in the classroom and try to obtain your certification. And if those that are in the classroom are not able to get that funding, a lot of times after 3 years, they either leave the profession or leave the state in order to get other time, additional time somewhere else in order to get their certification. So we're losing those that are trying to be in the classroom and want to teach children. We're losing those that are committed to educating the children. And then the TAs, they have a similar problem. However, they can get FAFSA money, but it all depends on, of course, the economics, the amount of pay, or if they have any barriers that they may not get FAFSA. So and in our educator preparation program, we want to offer them stipends and scholarships to assist them with completing the courses.
Right.
And so, and for our program, for those with a 4-year non-educational degree, they have about a year. And again, this is online. And for the TA to teacher program, most of them have associate's degrees, and that's what we require. And they'll have a 2-year completion for their courses. So we want to help them along with anything that is going to enable them to complete our program.
Right. And where are our current students coming from?
Currently, they're in Rowan County, and so we're not only targeting Rowan County, we're targeting all of the counties that exist outside of Rowan County, because the beauty of online, they can be anywhere and everywhere, but it is just North Carolina, because our qualifications or what we need in order for us to obtain licensure may be different than other states. So it does not matter what county you're in, what city you're in, we are here to help. There may be a couple of situations where they're hybrids, where we may need to meet in person. Of course, that's initially so we can get to know everyone, and then maybe some time throughout, or the midway point throughout the course year. However, we can come to them. We'll get a satellite location.
Okay. Very good. So if someone wanted to financially support the teacher residency program, how would the money be used?
Yes, the money will be used for all of the testing that is required, because for elementary education, there are 4 tests they must complete. And those tests are pricey. For early childhood education, there are only 2. However, one is extremely pricey. And so that is the second barrier that comes with obtaining a teacher certification. So we want to cut that barrier. We want to make sure that they are comfortable with, applying for those tests, and be committed to studying and passing those tests. Remember, these are adult learners, so they have to find that time to test, and then you also have to find that extra money in order to keep those or take those assessments and then pass them. Also, we have professional developments, because not only do we have our teacher candidates, but we have mentors as well. And those mentors are seasoned teachers in the classroom that are going to aid and assist them with teaching strategies and with organizing classroom management and things of that nature. So we want to also give them stipends for taking additional time out of their regular schedule to assist with our teacher candidates. And then, of course, we have our tuition assistance. And so we want to make sure that that is not a barrier for them. So funding will be used in some way to assist with the assistance, the funding.
Right. And so depending on where the students, the adult learners come from, there may be some assistance that comes with them, or there may not be, depending on where they are and what they're doing.
Exactly. And with the turn of events that has come with this new administration, a lot of the funding to the school districts has been removed. And that, of course, happened with one of our programs that was funding our teacher residency program that was removed. And so we're now having to get funding in place in order for our cohort 1 to complete that. So I know that some people think, oh, the school districts can help. A lot of them no longer can help, and it is very sad, and we don't want our students to go without. We need them to have high quality teachers.
Yeah, and it's not like we're wanting to beat these school districts over the head. They need this too. This helps them to have all these certified teachers in the classroom, which is what we talked about before. So it's a win-win.
It really is. And with that, you already have the teachers in the classroom that are teaching your students. They have a rapport not only with the administration and with the students, but with the families as well. So you have a teacher that's there for 3 years and have this rapport, have the camaraderie with their colleagues, and then they leave. And the TAs, the same thing. They are in that classroom. They are assisting the students. They know the administration, and they want to become a qualified teacher, a certified teacher. But if they don't get the certification, then they may leave, or they may just still be there as a TA. And what we want them to do is become certified teachers, and then that alleviates the need for putting a teacher in a classroom, because now they have someone, TA to teacher program, they have someone to fill in the gap.
Right. Very good, very good. So teacher residency is a very important part of your program, but it's not the only part. So why don't we talk a minute about just your regular, if that's the right way to put it, teacher education program that you've always had.
Yes, our traditional program, I'm excited because teaching is a hard profession to recruit for, because we do have negative media that shows that teaching is not the profession that you will make money, but you get so many other instant gratifications. So I'm excited to say that we are enrolling more males.
Good.
And our males are coming in elementary education, and that's a wonderful, wonderful way to incorporate role models for our young males. And we do need more of our early childhood education, because we need to start the learning very young, and in order to, of course, allow the students to ingrain themselves in education throughout their high school, elementary, middle school years. So with that program, we are recruiting students. And our need for funding there, I like to do experience-based learning. What better way to show if I'm really interested in this profession of teaching? I need to put you out into the field, boots on the ground, as we say, and see what this looks like. Well, with that, we do have transportation issues. So we have to make sure that our students are getting from site to site. So that's one way that funding can assist with that. Also, program needs of getting those we have platforms that we can use to assist students as they are preparing for the assessments, because they have to take the same assessments as our teacher residency candidates. So we would like to have those assessments platforms like study.com and other platforms that will assist the students, as well as textbooks. They make books that praxis core books that can assist the students. Also, the funding is as we would like it to target those barriers for the assessments, because, as I said earlier, those assessments are not cheap. So now we're dealing with our traditional students, which is a little larger population than our teacher residency students. So we want to assist with that. And we have currently been funding all of the assessments needed for our traditional students. And as we grow our teacher education program, we're using those funds a little bit more.
Right.
So we need to replenish our pot in order for us to grant that funding for the assessments.
Very good. So Livingstone we want to do our share, and maybe more than our share, of filling up that teacher pipeline, because it's so needed in not just our community, although that's certainly true, but all around.
It really is. It really is. And there are those that want to teach.
Right.
And if we can alleviate those barriers, they will be able to teach.
Yes. Anything else you'd like to share with our audience today?
Well, if you know anyone or any young student, or as well as an adult learner that would like to be a part of this program, please contact me. My email is Reid, R-E-I-D, D as in dog, at livingstone.edu, or 704-216-6899. I would really like to speak with whomever that's interested in teacher education. We do have majors in early childhood education, elementary education, English, math, and social studies, as well as music education. So if they are interested, if anyone is interested, please contact me.
Okay, very good. We're very, very thankful for Dr. Reid and very proud of the program that she directs. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay.
Hey, Blue Bear family, it's another day in the neighborhood. We're on the campus of Livingstone College, and yes, it's the first day of orientation. Listen, last year we had record numbers, but did you know this year we have doubled the turnout from this year compared to last year? Did you hear me? Double. The number of attendees this year are 2 times higher than who we had in the building last year at this time. Man, great things are happening here on the campus of Livingstone College. We are trending one of the largest classes ever. But I'm going to ask you to stay tuned, and I got to ask you the question, who you with? LC?
All right, you all, we have our first Day of Giving ambassador. We have Mr. Henrice Robinson. He is the owner of Playbook of Life Clothing. He is a graduate of Livingstone College as well. And he says, I support Livingstone College because it's anchored me in faith, purpose, and resilience. It laid the groundwork for the playbook of life I follow every day. So if you guys like what Henrice has to say about Livingstone College and you agree with how he feels about how it has laid the purpose of his faith and in life to be resilient, then go ahead, go to our website, www.livingstone.edu, go to our donate tab, or you can give us a call in as well and make a donation over the phone. All right, let's give it up for our first ambassador, Mr. Henrice Robinson. Welcome back, Blue Bear family. You just met one of our amazing ambassadors. Let me tell you something. If you've not checked out Playbook of Life, go check him out on Instagram. He has some amazing Livingstone paraphernalia. He supports the students. He supports all of our staff here. And we like to show our support not only to our alums, but also to the college as well. So thank you, Mr. Robinson, for that. And thank you for having Playbook of Life so we can represent our school no matter where we go. All right, so we have a great surprise today. We have an in-person live donation. Now, this class is one of my favorite classes. They just came off of their golden year. So I'm going to bring on Mr. Funches with the class of 73, and he's going to present us with a check. And also, he has some things he want to encourage for you. So, Mr. Funches, if you come on over. All right, there you go.
Greetings, the Livingstone Nation, alumni, and friends. My name is John Funches, and I'm a graduate of the class of 1973. And on behalf of the class of 1973, I'd like to present this check for $12,200 toward your Day of Giving project. We recognize, as the class of 1973, that giving back to Livingstone should be the mission of each and every alumni, because it was here at Livingstone College that we all developed the foundations by which all of our individual successes were built. Giving back to us is now a privilege and an honor. We understand that a strong Livingstone will continue to provide positive paths for future graduates. The class of 1973 is proud to be a part of Livingstone's current growth, and we look forward to providing support to Livingstone and its missions as time allows.
Thank you, Mr. Funches, for your class and for your donation. Yeah, let's give it up for Mr. Funches. That donation will be able to support many activities and anything going on campus. And again, what he said is right. Giving back helps us provide a better atmosphere for us to educate our future leaders of our society. And actually, coming up next, we have our Mr. and Ms. Livingstone. They'll be able to talk to you about things that are going on campus and why they chose Livingstone and why you should continue to support Livingstone. So look forward to talk to our students coming up next.
Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be here today. I am Christian Simone Oliver, the 96th Miss Livingstone College elect, and today I have my king.
Greetings, everyone. I am Kion Omari Courtney, the 21st Mr. Livingstone College, and I'm so excited to be here with y'all today.
Now, King, I have a question for you. Why did you choose Livingstone College?
Well, actually, Livingstone College chose me. I was awarded a scholarship to come here fresh out of high school, but I decided to take another route, and that route didn't end up working out for me. So I went back home, started off working, and, prayed with God and my grandmother. She told me to come back to Livingstone, wanted me to come back to school and finish school. So I enrolled back into Livingstone, and it's been a dream come true. Now, why did you enroll to Livingstone?
The main reason why I enrolled in Livingstone is because I graciously received a presidential scholarship from them. Honestly, without it, I don't think I would have been able to afford coming to college. It's a lot of students who leave college with debt, and I come from a single parent household. So this scholarship was really a blessing for both me and my mom, honestly and truly.
And I think the biggest thing I love about Livingstone is the alumni. They always show love to us. No matter where you go, they always show love to us. Homecoming especially, they show love to us. First day of classes or the first week of school, they show love to us. Graduation, they show love to us. They always show love to us. The thing I love about the alumni is they also give back as well. They always ask us, if you need anything, let me know. We always got your back. As one lady said to us earlier today, she said, I bleed black and blue. And that is truly, truly a real thing.
Yes, the staff, the people in the cafeteria, honestly, even the president, they're so community oriented based. No matter who you are, where you come from, they welcome everybody with open arms. And I truly love that about Livingstone, honestly.
And I don't think many schools, many HBCUs, in fact, can say that they can have a conversation with their president whenever they want, at any time. It doesn't matter where he is or what he's doing. He always is willing to have a conversation with you. We always see him around campus. He always makes sure we're good. And it's not even just us, being Mr. and Miss Livingstone, but he also makes sure that other students are okay as well.
Thank you. Tell me, what are some other activities that you're a part of on campus?
I'm also a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. I'm a spring 2024 initiate. I also am a Strata scholar. Strata is basically a scholarship given to students with a 3.0 GPA or higher. And you go around to other HBCUs and they help you build connections for your business, as well as helping you succeed and moving on to the next level as far as graduation is. I was a part of the concert choir here on campus. I'm also a part of the Blue Bear Mentor thing that we have going on here at Livingstone, where basically we have incoming freshmen that come in and we basically help them out with whatever they need. I had a Blue Bear mentor that helped me out when I got here. He was the reason that I started to join Royal Court in SGA. And yeah, that's what I do. What do you do?
Well, when I first got to Livingstone, I joined the freshman class SGA, which allowed me to really dive deep and get to know my campus and my peers and really build a name for myself. And then I also became a member of the Psych Club. I was the treasurer, and now I'm the current vice president of the Psychology Club on campus. And then I also joined TRIO, which is an organization that helps students with scholarships, resume building, searching for jobs, like anything in a book that a college student would need. TRIO helps you with it. And Livingstone has really given me the platform and opportunity to step in to leadership and pretty much get me into the rooms that will allow me to better my future and get me to places that I want to be.
Okay, now, one thing I always like to talk about is that Blue Bear spirit. You know me, I love Blue Bear spirit. I will shout out about Livingstone everywhere I go. What is your favorite thing about the campus as far as the activities and, getting to know other people and their cultures?
Ooh. My favorite thing about the campus activities is how it has a tendency to bring everybody together, from the international students to the non-African American students. Literally everybody from all walks of life come together because of the activities on campus, honestly.
I'll say my favorite campus activity will probably be LC on the Green. I love LC on the Green. That gives everyone an opportunity to, see the different organizations going on campus, seeing what these organizations have to offer you, not only just for that year, but throughout your 4 years while you're here at Livingstone. And that being in those organizations has not only helped me with Livingstone, but it's also helped me when I go outside of Livingstone. People seeing on a resume or other HBCU students, when we go to conferences like NASAP, and having those other students who, can relate to what I can relate to. So, you said you were in Trio. I know there were some students at NASAP. Oh, I'm also in Trio. I'm in Strata. I met a couple of other Strata scholars, and we all bonded and we all connected with each other so well. And I feel like that's what makes Livingstone so special. A lot of people may think, oh, Livingstone's a small school. Livingstone might be a small school, but we have a big heart.
We are mighty. We are small, but we are very mighty, okay?
We are very mighty, and we are very well known as well. Very well known.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you donate. It will help the school so much to continue to elevate and provide opportunities for students like myself and future generations to come.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you for listening to us. And don't forget to donate to help us out. Thank you again. Who you with?
Thank you, LC.
Scotty C got this one.
All right, you all. Next, we have one of our amazing departments on campus called Student Success Center. We have Mr. Johnny Worth here. He's going to tell you a little bit of what that Success Center offers for our students and the services it provides for our campus as well. So let's go ahead and take it away, Mr. Johnny.
Thank you, Mr. Fraser. The Success Center is a multifaceted, multi-purpose academic center to help with retention, academic success, tutoring. We have the Reading Center, Math Center, Trio, Bridge and Beyond. What the Success Center allows is for students to come in and receive the resources and support that they need for studying, career advancement, tutoring, writing. We have a rapport with the teachers and professors in which through the EAB system, we can get alerts. We can help students with their papers. We help students with getting their volunteering. This is available for our students as well as our professors. We have certified tutors that come in through the Math Center and Reading Center and the Writing Center to help students with their paper, their work, so that we can increase our retention, graduation rates, and the overall support that the students need. This is all year round, 6 days a week. Students can come in as early as 8 in the morning, and the Success Center is open to 9 o'clock. Once again, we have certified tutors that help students, whether it be in math, reading, writing. And these tools will allow students to be able to matriculate through their years here at Livingstone College to ensure that they are successful and that they have the support and resources they need. Success Center also has the TRIO. The TRIO is for first-year students who are first-year college students and their parents didn't attend. They also offer resources for grants, job applications, career advancements, and anything else that will help the students be successful. So, whenever you get a chance, feel free to come by the Success Center, and you're more than welcome.
But after I made that announcement, we know that there are about 70 people who raised their hand to be my match. To God be the glory.
Hey, Blueberry family, it's another day in the neighborhood. We're on the campus of Livingstone College, and yes, it's the first day of orientation. Listen, last year we had record numbers, but did you know this year we have doubled the turnout from this year compared to last year? Did you hear me? Double. The number of attendees this year are 2 times higher than who we had in the building last year at this time. Man, great things are happening here on the campus of Livingstone College. We are trending one of the largest classes ever. But I'm going to ask you to stay tuned, and I got to ask you the question, who you with? LC?
All right, Blueberry family and community members, we have the amazing ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and I'm just going to ask them a few questions and talk to them today. But first, I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you and what they are, part of the chapter here at Livingstone and in the Salisbury community.
Yes, my name is Carmen Burton.
Years, and Livingstone College was my humble beginnings for my first position.
Delta Psi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha, we continue to give back to Livingstone College in many forms, and one of the special forms is UNCF. We stand for the community, and we basically support education in many ways. With all the changes in society today, as far as politics, it is very necessary that we support Livingstone College. I am alumni of Livingstone College, class of 1990, and a member of the community. We must continue to give back and support the college for our youth, our children, our high schoolers. We must do it all because we are not getting that much support as we used to get.
Livingstone College was my first position when I graduated from college. Student affairs, academic affairs, and our humble beginnings is service to all mankind, giving back, and we continue to do so to help enlarge the territory, service to all mankind.
How does the Alpha Kappa Alpha chapter at Livingstone College feel about the growth that we have on campus with the influx of students and within the community?
We are ecstatic that Livingstone has grown tremendously over the years. That is why it's very important for the community to continue stepping up and stepping in to support Livingstone College. We have seen the numbers rise over the years, and especially within the last 2 years. I do want to say thank you to Dr. Anthony Davis and to his lovely wife, Jacqueline Davis, for help building and supporting Livingstone College. We continue to be blessed with the newness of Livingstone College.
We are avid providers for the Poets and Dreamers Garden, and not only the Poets and Dreamers Garden, but to various activities associated UNCF on this campus. And I'm just glad that we are able to do and provide the service that we provide.
Well, we at Livingstone College thank you all for your support, your continuous gifts that you give on behalf of your organization, and we look forward to working with you continuously throughout the fall and the spring semester of the 2025-2026 academic school year. So thank you all for being here. We appreciate you and we love you, and we look forward to seeing you all on campus.
Thank you very much. Go Livingstone.
Honey. Honey. Honey.
Scotty C got this one.
Okay, welcome back, Blue Bear family. We have a great honor now. Ms. Laura Johnson, Director of our library here at Livingstone College. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, so any more of an introduction you want to give of yourself? What do these people need to know about you?
Well, I am Laura Johnson, the Director of Library Services here at the Livingstone. And I work with 4 other great librarians, a technical services manager as well. And we just make up a great team. That's what we call ourselves in the library, because we have a lot of things that we're doing and we have to be everything. Even though one may be the circulation librarian or the reference librarian, they have to do everything. We do everything. Service work with students, prepare resources. Sometimes we even have to help catalog. So we do everything.
It sounds like the way it is everywhere in Livingstone College, pretty much. Yeah.
I believe you're right.
And we appreciate that. We appreciate that. Okay, so we have an Andrew Carnegie library.
Right.
Not everybody has one of those.
No, they don't. Back in 1905, is when we received a donation from the Andrew Carnegie Foundation, and we're one of the last academic libraries that carries his full name of Andrew Carnegie Library. So we're excited about that, and we want to keep that name as long as we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. So everybody out there, they have some, when you say library, something comes to their mind, but they probably don't really understand all that goes on at a library at an institution of higher learning. So kind of fill us in a little bit.
No, they don't, because they ask us, well, what else does a librarian do? Why do you need so many people to check out books?
Right.
But that is not all we do. We provide a lot of services through the library, electronic resources, as well as the print resources. And we have to maintain those. But we also have to make sure we are aware of what we have so that we can get the right student to the right resource. And so we also have a website where our students can reach all of our electronic resources. And so we push that out. We try to market that so that the students know where they can get information, even if they don't come into the library.
Right.
But if you come into the library, you're going to get that extra special service. And that's what we like to do. We have enough librarians where if you need one-on-one service, or if you want to work with any of our projects, because we do a lot of programming, and we want students to be involved in that. So we encourage the students to come to the library. But we also encourage the faculty to bring their students to the library so that we're educating the faculty and the students to make sure that they're all aware of what kinds of things we have in the library and how we can help them.
Right, right. Very good, very good.
I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the programming that we do.
Absolutely.
Because we encourage students to come, and whether they know it or not, they're getting a library lesson when they come. Last year we did Murder in the Library, where the students had to come, and through that Murder in the Library, they found out where all of the different resources are. And they had to do some critical thinking skills and ask questions and go throughout the library like a scavenger hunt.
How about
to
that?
find the answers to everything.
Okay.
And we had a big collection of students as well as a big collection of materials. And so it was a lot of fun, and they don't even realize they learned a lot of stuff that day.
Right, yeah, yeah.
So we do a lot of things like that. But also, we do exhibits. We have partnership with the Smithsonian Institution, where they bring different exhibits to us. We have worked with the North Carolina Preservation Society and the Salisbury Historical Society to bring different exhibits to the library.
Yes.
One of the ones we had last year was the one about the North Carolina architects.
Right.
It was called We Built This.
Yes.
And they focused on the different architects. And one of the main ones we had here was Harvey Gantt.
Right.
But we also highlighted the architects who were here working on campus.
Yes.
Rebuilding our dorms and renovating everything. And we've been doing a lot of renovations in the library. So we're encouraging people to just come and see what's going on in the library.
Yes.
We have a lot to show you.
Yes, absolutely.
One other thing that we're doing with the Smithsonian Institution is what they're calling HDAP, where they're encouraging the HBCUs to accession their artwork so that we can find out what's available to us in all of these different schools. And Livingstone was part of the first cohort that focused on that.
Okay.
And so we're working on a catalog of all of the art here at Livingstone so that we can share what we have, and then other schools will also be able to share with us about what art they have.
Okay.
But Mr. T, can I also talk about our Heritage Hall?
You certainly may, but before you do, I want to go back to one thing.
Okay.
When we were talking about Harvey Gantt and the architects, at that time, our former mayor, Karen Alexander, was still alive, and she was here. And of course, she had a relationship with Harvey Gantt. She worked with him many, many, many years ago.
Right, and
it
she was
wonderful.
Very proud of that,
she
too.
was very proud, and she, of course, has been very instrumental here on this campus, including at the library, as an architect, helping us out in many, many ways. She also helped us out in many ways other than being an architect.
Well, let me tell you how she has been, she was so helpful with us in the library. We received a grant through the,
was it National Park Service?
National Park Service, thank you. I
Right.
just
Yep.
got preservation on the
Right,
brain.
right.
But through the National Park Service, we received $1.5 million
Right.
grant. And we thought we could do a lot of that work ourselves and figure it out. But if Karen had not joined our team to get that going, we had to start all over again.
Right.
But it was because of her, though, that we got as much done as we have done. And the renovations are just fantastic. But it was because of her expertise
Right.
that we got a new roof.
Right.
We were able to dry out the basement. We can use the basement now.
Yes.
And all of the windows and things that are going to be done, she helped us figure out how the best way to
Right.
do that.
Right. She left quite a legacy, not
Yes,
just in the
we
city of
miss her
Salisbury,
terribly.
but
We
at
miss
Livingstone
her.
College as well. Thank you. I
Yes.
just wanted to mention that. So
Yes,
let's
we
go.
miss her terribly
Right. Let's
because
go
she
ahead.
was not only just an architect, but she became one of our friends.
Of course.
And a friend of the library especially.
Yes.
She even got up on the roof in that crane to make sure they were doing what they were supposed to be
about
doing
that?
on that. And I wouldn't go up there, but she did.
And I remember
yeah.
how she dressed all the time, so that would have been quite a sight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she would have on her little suits and go
Of
up there on the
course.
roof and everything
Absolutely.
else. She was great with getting those
Yeah.
renovations done.
Good. Okay. Heritage Hall.
Well, you know, we've had this building that was dedicated, I think, back in 1969
Okay.
by Bishop Walls and his
Okay.
family to the school. And at one point, it started leaking. So we had to move everything out of Heritage Hall. And I think it was almost 13 years it was off campus until we
Okay.
got the building back up to par. But now we're moving everything back into
Right.
the Heritage Hall. And again, I want to encourage everybody to come by and see Heritage Hall because Heritage Hall is a collection of materials about the AME Zion Church,
Right.
Livingstone College history, and we have also added in a lot of different exhibits. We have been very fortunate here at Livingstone to get special donations from different members of the community and different members, alumni, who know people who have gotten things here to us. And so we have a special collection called the Peck Family Collection. That is a collection of African artifacts and art from all over the western part of Africa.
Okay.
So you need to come and see that if you haven't
Very
seen it. I
good.
think you've been down there already.
I have.
But I'm just saying in general, if you haven't seen that, that is quite a collection. And there's also another collection we have from the Dr. Price, who is the founder and first president of Livingstone. We have a special collection of his works that was also donated by the Schrader family.
Okay.
Well, the Schrader Butler family.
Okay.
And so those are things, we have some of that in the library and we have some of it in Heritage Hall.
Okay.
But if you come down and you want to see Heritage Hall or the library, we invite you to come anytime. Just let us know that
Very
you're coming.
good.
Yeah.
Very good. Wonderful. So many resources and so many ways to help our students and our faculty here. And there's so many support services and
Yes.
resources here. This is one of the vital ones. Absolutely.
And so, you know, we have a special collection of books. One was the Dr. T. Anthony Spearman collection.
Yes.
They gave us over 342 books from his collection, which really enhanced our African American collection
Okay.
and the religion collection too. So more resources for that department.
Very good.
So we have a
very
lot
good.
of things going on in the
Yes,
library, and we want
you sure
everybody
do.
to come to the library
You sure
and
do.
see what we have going on.
Great. Anything else you want to share with our folks today?
We have a lot of new things coming up in
Okay.
programming for this fall. We're
Okay.
hoping to have our grand reopening of the library after we get our new furniture and everything
Okay.
in. And we have some great speakers coming. We
Okay.
had some black authors this past spring,
Right.
and in the fall coming up, we have some historians
Okay.
who will be coming and doing different programming for us here.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you again for your time today, and thank you for what you do every day and your team
Yes,
to
my
support
team.
Livingstone College. Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Livingstone College President Dr. Anthony Davis.
Hello, Blue Bear family. This is Deborah Johnson again, and I'm here with Ms. Earl Smith. She is the class of 1970, and she's presenting a gift of $500 to Livingstone for UNCF.
Absolutely. And I love giving to Livingstone very much. I'm a proud Blue Bear. If I have any complaints, I complain to a Blue Bear and nobody else. I tell the story, the good story about Livingstone, because I won't tell you I started back in the 50s, but when Livingstone was Livingstone, and hope Livingstone will continue to be Livingstone. Okay, and everybody's proud. If you can't say something good, fellow alumni, don't say a word. Don't come to homecoming and complaining if you have not given. Okay? So I'm giving a little bit. Hope one day I can give more. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Ms. Earl, for your continuous giving to Livingstone College.
I went back to college, earned my bachelor's degree, went back to college, earned a master's, went back to college, earned a doctorate. And guess what? I went from foster care to the president's chair. Make sure you have a strong plan B, just in case things don't work out. So you're as strong as your relationships.
Hey, Blue Bear family, on the road again. That's right. We are in Bloomfield, Connecticut, part of the 10 City Plus tour.
We came up the I-95 corridor, made our way to Harlem, USA. And we're here with our friends from Capitol.
We've had a phenomenal experience here with their outstanding students at Career High School.
And even though we're showing up late in the year, we're finding diamonds in the rough. We have with me two young ladies from Bloomfield High.
Not only is he a presidential scholar coming to Livingstone College, you see he's in a cap and gown. He's in a cap and gown because he did it different. He graduated from community college today before he graduated from high school.
One friend heard about the opportunity in Livingstone, went to go get another friend, and they're both coming to Blue Bear Nation.
I have to ask the question though, who you with? LC.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Wow, do I have a privilege now. A very good friend of mine, Patricia, many people call her PJ Ricks, a Blue Bear through and through, and as I said, a very good friend, and much more than that. PJ?
Yes, sir.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so good to have you here today.
Thank you, Pete. Yes, I am Patricia Jones Ricks, and I have to put that Jones in there because most folk know me as Patricia Jones, and I am a proud Blue Bear.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Now, you were telling me you held up 3 fingers.
3 fingers.
So tell us about the 3 fingers.
I am part of a triple Blue Bear family. First came my mama, Elizabeth Young Green, and Mama brought me as a baby. I was born over on Hurrah Street.
Okay.
And Mama brought me as a baby to class, dropped me off in Golda Hall, and they passed me. When one had to go to class, they just passed me up and down the hall, and I stayed as a baby. They just, passed me from room to room. Whoever had to go to class, they passed me right on.
Okay.
And Mama graduated in the 40s and went on to be Dean of Elizabeth City State, went on to teach in Caswell County, came back to Salisbury as a community activist, got a master's degree in counseling, and made a name for herself back when she came back home after she retired.
Yeah.
Then I came along, and I graduated in 62, I believe it was. I graduated in 62, I got a BS in biology and natural science. Ended up going to Florida first to teach.
Okay.
Came back to Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools where I retired. I currently serve on the Salisbury City Planning Board. Got a master's degree in counseling and alcohol drug studies. I am currently a Salisbury community activist, but I'm more of a resource person to anybody in Salisbury who needs help. And when I say resource person, when somebody has a problem either with the city or they can't find the resource they need, they call me. And most of the time, if I don't have the resource, I can help them find whatever they need.
Right. You facilitate it, you connect, right.
I facilitate and connect that resource with
It's very important.
Yeah. And the third part, of which I am extremely proud, the third part of that triple family resource is my granddaughter, Morgan Sky Kelson, a outstanding basketball player. She just graduated in 2025, hit 21 points on her 21st birthday.
Oh my.
Yes, yes. I'm so proud of her. She graduated in 2025, and is currently an assistant coach at Indiana State University.
Okay.
Getting her master's degree now
Okay.
in business administration. And I keep pushing her. She tells me no, so don't tell anybody. She tells me no, but I want her to go on and get her PhD.
Okay.
But she is currently at Indiana
Indiana
University.
State.
So.
Indiana State has a very famous basketball alum.
They do.
Larry
They
Bird.
do. Yes,
Larry
yes. They've
Bird.
even got a statue, and
Uh-huh.
she's taking a picture
Is that
there
right?
in front
Yeah.
of that statue.
Yeah, right.
But
Very
yeah,
good.
she's
Very
enjoying her time out
Mhm.
there as assistant coach, basketball, women's basketball coach.
Great. So a lot of folks who are watching this, listening to us, know probably a lot about Livingstone. Maybe some don't. What do they need to know?
Well, one thing about it, we are a nation that gives back. We give in small amounts, large amounts. We have a lot of famous alumni. We've gone on to head a lot of good organizations. We've done a lot of good work out in our nation, all over the nation.
All over,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we really have. So a lot of us are famous, and Livingstone lays the foundation. That's what people really need to know.
Okay.
Livingstone has been our foundation, and we've gone on to do many, many great things. And we all give credit to Livingstone, whether we've stopped here or we've gone on and got master's degrees or
Right.
PhDs or whatever. So Livingstone is always the black and blue foundation for
Right.
wherever we've gone or whatever we've done.
Right, right. So you're very active in the community, as we mentioned, and so you and I see each other a lot because of that, because that's
Yeah.
true of both of us, and I appreciate that. And you're very connected here, so you've seen changes over a period of time, but probably even more so lately, wouldn't you say?
Very much so. A lot of new, especially renovations to the older buildings.
Right.
New renovations to the dorms, to the cafeterias, a lot of new buildings to the stadium. We've got black and blue turf.
Yeah, Livingstone blue out there. Yes, absolutely. Right.
So
Right.
a lot of President Davis has really brought in the last 3 years a lot of money to get things up and coming, a lot of growth.
Right.
A lot of growth, a lot
Yes.
of buildings, a lot of science equipment, and of course I'm always interested in the science
Yes,
equipment.
yes,
so.
we have quite a science building, quite a
Yes,
science center
yes,
now. We sure do.
we really
Not just the facility, but as you're saying, the equipment in it.
Equipment, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And
No
I
doubt.
understand now we're starting to work on Monroe Street School.
We are doing a little bit now, and a whole lot later. As soon, and hopefully not much later. But yes.
And by the way, guess who went to Monroe Street School?
Wonder who did.
That was me. Went to Monroe,
Right,
went to Lincoln, went to Price, and came on to Livingstone.
Right,
So
right.
all of that
Yes.
is my stomping
Yes.
grounds, my foundation.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. And that is a very important facility, school, building. That is so important to so many people around here, and we want to honor that. Absolutely.
I'd really like to see more of our Salisbury youth come to Livingstone. They can get what they need here, regardless of what they decide to major in. They can start out here and go anywhere in the world they want to go.
Right.
Go on to graduate school, go on to teach, and they can stay here, but they can also do what I did. They can always come home.
Boomerang.
Boomerang. They can always come
That's
home.
right. Boomerang.
Yeah.
Yes. And we will hear a little later from our Vice President of Enrollment Management, Anthony Brooks. But I do know that his team has focused more on the local community, local schools, than I believe we were for a while. And so that's paying some dividends. I mean, we're going all over the place, but we're not forgetting about our local high schools. Yeah,
of course. And especially with our foundation being in the AME Zion Church, we've got churches all over the country, and we can recruit.
We sure do.
Through those churches.
And there are definitely students here because of that connection. Yes, no question. Right. Yes. What else would you like to say to these folks who are paying attention to us today? Anything?
You know, I tell people I bleed black and blue. I do. I bleed black and blue. Livingstone is first in my heart. And as you can see, I said I'm a trifecta Livingstonian. And I always talk about Livingstone wherever I go. I give small donations and large when I can. So come to Livingstone, get your foundation, get it. And Livingstone is small enough to help you when you need help. You can get the one-on-one help that you need. If you get into educational trouble, financial trouble, you can get it. I know that there are local scholarships available to help whatever you need, whether it's financial or educational help. So we're small enough and still large enough to give you what you need to get your foundation to move wherever you want to go.
Small school with big ideas and big ambition.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you,
PJ. We appreciate you very much, both in terms of what you do in the community and certainly your support of Livingstone College. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pete.
All right.
But after I made that announcement, we know that there are about 70 people who raised their hand to be my match. To God be the glory. I went back to college, earned my bachelor's degree, went back to college, earned a master's, went back to college, earned a doctorate, and guess what? I went from foster care to the president's chair.
Make sure you have a strong plan B, just in case things don't work out. So you're as strong as your relationships. Hey, Blue Bear family, on the road again. That's right, we are in Bloomfield, Connecticut, part of the 10 City Plus tour. We came up the I-95 corridor, made our way to Harlem, USA. And we're here with our friends from Capitol.
We've had a phenomenal experience here with their outstanding students at Career High School.
And even though we're showing up late in the year, we're finding diamonds in the rough. We have with me two young ladies from Bloomfield High.
Not only is he a presidential scholar coming to Livingstone College, you see he's in a cap and gown. He's in a cap and gown because he did it different. He graduated from community college today before he graduated from high school.
One friend heard about the opportunity in Livingstone, went to go get another friend, and they're both coming to Blue Man Nation. I have to ask the question though, who you with? LC!
this one?
How you doing, Blue Bear family? We're back, and I actually have someone here that was actually kind of my advisor when I was in school. She's amazing. She's also helped me develop a lot of professional development skills. She taught me my way around being at Livingstone. So we have Miss Terry Stevenson here. She's going to talk to us a little bit about student affairs and the history of it, and actually what it's like to be born into it and to develop into being a Blue Bear on Livingstone College campus. So how you doing today, Miss Stevenson?
I am good, Mr. Frazier. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. So go ahead and tell us your thoughts on Livingstone and why people should give back.
Well, first of all, I think that it's important to understand, as someone who grew up here in this community, how important Livingstone has been and still is to the community and to the vibrancy of youth in our community. I never had to search for role models as someone who was raised by a Blue Bear alum who actually was a member of something they used to call the Livingstone College Alumni Trio. The Alumni Trio was classmates who finished from Price House School here, which was at that time the African American high school that is a block away from here. They finished there together in 1949, and then they came to Livingstone together. My mother and her, lots of her classmates, many of her classmates, but there were three of them who were part of this trio, and they did singing not only in this community, but they sang for, at that point, Governor Jim Hunt. They sang for, at the request of Elizabeth Duncan Kuntz, and many, she was always requesting them. I got to follow along as a child to hear them. Her classmate, Miss Fleming, was the soprano. My mother was the contralto, and Miss Viola Dixon was the tenor. And they were amazing singers because that was kind of the end of the Black Renaissance era. So if you could sing at that point, that kind of put you at the upper echelon of the Black community. And these women had voices that I can still go to people's houses and they show me videos of them singing. So role models, when I grew up, were found in my life two places in the Salisbury community, and that was at church and at Livingstone, and that is where we found our role models. And that's why it is so important to me in what I do now, and to hear you in your introduction, to make sure that we as employees here and as people who understand this community are making sure that our students get to meet these role models and become role models themselves.
Absolutely. So working in student affairs, how does being on campus and being a part of the students' development with different activities and different programming, how does that play a part with their growth and development and being a role model on campus?
That's an excellent question. It's actually where we are right now. Right now, for example, we are in the midst of training and matching our upperclassmen who have a 2.7 or higher GPA to become what we call our Blue Bear Buddy mentors. And our Blue Bear Buddy mentors are going to be matched with incoming freshmen on campus. And we don't just kind of push students out there. We actually had a Zoom training for them last week. We are the ones who couldn't attend it because we know it's summertime, and a lot of students who have focused on being a full-time student during the school year, during the summer they get to make a little extra cash. So we know they're working. So right now we are sending out the recording of that, and they can all take the training and answer the reflection questions. And then starting next week, we'll have matched them with their mentees, and their mentees are incoming freshmen. And each orientation, which we just had a new student orientation last weekend, and I told every group that came past me that look out for a text from your Blue Bear Buddy mentor and make sure you respond, because that's always something that we get challenged with.
Look at it,
Yeah, because you're like, okay, who is this kid saying they go to Livingstone? How you get my number? So we want them to know it's legitimate and get the parents buy-in when we do that during the Parent Academy. So we have trained them. That is so key. I have to keep stressing that. But that's all in our development. I heard someone earlier in talking about foundation, and as I talked about my foundation as far as leadership came in this community and from being on Livingstone's campus, I always say that Livingstone is the training ground for our students to become leaders.
It absolutely is. So I do know, working with student affairs, you have Student Activities Board, you have SGA, you have Royal Court. Ms. Stevenson is over the Black Vote Matter. That is very important that we encourage our students to do, and she does an amazing job with that. Also, residence life falls under student affairs. A lot of people wouldn't think that. So would you want to talk about a little bit about the renovations that we have on campus? Because I know the residence halls that are on campus now were definitely not here. When I got here, my senior year, they were building what we called then the new dorm, but now they call it the honors dorm. So there are a lot of changes. So you want to talk about some of those changes?
You know, it's so funny. I want to talk about what you just said about calling honors the new dorm. We have a fill-in minister at my church. Presbyterian here, right? That's a block up the street, and my minister finished Livingstone, and he was. So we had some coworkers who were there at our vacation Bible school last week, and he had a great conversation with them, and he met our colleague who is the residence hall director of Babcock Hall, and he said, Babcock Hall. He said, I was the first class to live in Babcock, and we called it the new dorm. So I thought that was so interesting. We all got so tickled at that okay, that was the new dorm then, but which. We were able to share with him that Babcock is the next in line to be renovated, as well as Tucker. Being renovated right now is Harris Hall and Dancy Hall, and we were always super excited that they were going to be opening this semester. However, we want to make sure that they are 100% ready when they open, so that is being held off a little bit. So it won't happen in this coming August, but it'll happen very, very soon, because we want to make sure that there are absolutely no problems with those halls. But there is a plan, of course, and we are getting major donations right now specifically for housing, and that is just of the utmost importance to our president, as well as to those of us who work in the Division of Student Affairs. So in the meantime, we are still working on that. Building leaders, and our residence assistants are part of that. So if you start to do that leadership development with the people who are going to be running these residence halls, that will help in the upkeep of these buildings as well. So everything is a process, and everything is strategic, and everything is purposeful in our leadership development.
Well, I am going to tell you all, looking at the structure and the reconstruction that they're doing on Dancy and on Harris, I can't wait to see them. I've heard they got a rooftop terrace. I heard they putting the elevators in there because, you know, back in the day in Tucker, Tucker and Dancy, we had to go up the steps with all of our stuff and bring it back down at the end of the semester. But hey, I'm ready to see the renovations. That's all about what giving is, giving to the institution so we can grow. We can maintain and retain the students that we have, not based off of living conditions, not based off of student morale, but based because they truly love Livingstone and they appreciate being here. And even with that being here, we got a few more. We got Greek life, because what's campus without Greeks? So what's going on with the Greek life on Livingstone campus?
Well, it was funny that you mentioned that, because when you're talking about rebuilding and renovating, I'm excited. I don't know how much we said at the very beginning of our use of this room here. It is the room that we received from the Home Depot Retool Your School Innovation Lounge grant. Right. And in that Innovation Lounge grant, our appeal was that we are building leaders, we're building students and clubs and organizations. So this room in itself will be where our student organizations will have their chapter meetings. Again, we are the training ground. We're the training ground because students and even employees say we meet all the time. We meet all the time. And that doesn't stop. That's what we try to tell students, that we want to make sure that they understand the order and how to have a meeting in a professional manner. And that is what is going to happen in this room. So all the students that have regular meetings are going to be letting us know when your regular meeting days are, and we'll reserve this particular room for those meetings. Speaking of our Greek life, I am particularly proud of our Greek life here on our campus, especially when you talk about our National Panhellenic Council, those 9 organizations that make up the African American MPHC organizations. There are 9, and it is such a sense of pride for me to say that we have all 9 active on this campus. Absolutely. We don't have membership in every one. They are all building, and they all have advising teams that are working hard to get that. But right now, if we had someone that wanted to join all of the 9 Greek organizations, 9 MPHC organizations, we could do it right now on this campus. And that is something to be proud of, because there are other campuses of our size who can't say that. They may have 1, they may have 2, may have half of them, but we have the opportunity to have all 9 on this campus, and we do, and they all have a history on Livingstone College's campus.
Absolutely. So again, enriching the students, building in on campus and in the community is what we do. We have 2 more organizations that is a part of Student Affairs, and that's SGA and Royal Court. So what are your thoughts on them and where they're going this year? I know we have a new board, we have a new court. What have you seen in the past, things you look forward to moving forward with them this year?
Well, I'm always enthusiastic about our student government, our student election process. Of course, I'm always trying to tie it in with the civic process of voting. So when we talk about political action, we're talking about community voting and voting in elections, municipal elections, local elections, primaries, and presidential elections, which we did in November. And we talk about student government elections. So we have tried to tie them in. We have a group of students who are called our Blue Bears Vote Committee. And on that Blue Bears Vote Committee are your premier student election. Our newly elected SGA president is a part of that group. Our newly elected Mr. and Ms. Livingstone, who is, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ms. Livingstone has not been on that committee before, but I know Mr. Livingstone has been on the vote committee previously, and so has the newly elected SGA president. So we want students to understand that the election process and leadership, as far as leading an organization, is something that is rooted in your student experience. So we are going to make sure that those students get some great training and development. I think that the leadership retreat is planned for the latter part of July, and I haven't seen the schedule yet, but I'm always excited because, as of course because you've been with me on them. That is something that we kind of started here, the leadership retreat, to make sure that we are not only training them, but they also get a chance to network with others in the community, and they get a chance, a bonding experience.
Absolutely. So your donations, your contributions to Livingstone College, it goes into pouring into what is the point and the reason of us being here, our students. student affairs, student activities, all of that supports and drives the students' experience here at Livingstone College. So to make sure that we can get them all the training they need, attend the different conferences with other HBCUs to make sure that we are on a national platform, we need to make sure that you donate, you come in and you support, and you give back so that we can make sure our students have every tool necessary to be successful during their tenure here at Livingstone College. So again, thank you, Ms. Stevenson, for coming on and talking about student affairs. Blue Bear family, we got a few more guests coming up for you. Thank you. Keep donating, keep commenting. Make sure you share this video, this live stream, so that we can get the Blue Bear name out there even more. All right, y'all. See you in a bit.
Thank you.
Scotty C got this one.
But after I made that announcement, we know that there are about 70 people who raised their hand to be my match. To God be the glory.
All right, and I am back. We have another visitor with us on campus that plays a pivotal role when it comes to mental health, when it comes to having a personal relationship and knowing yourself and seeking out therapy and counseling. We have that on our campus for our students. So right now, I would like for her to introduce herself and tell you a little bit about what she does here on campus, the services she provides, and how it impacts our students as well.
So I am Dr. Rhonda Flowers Corpening. I'm also a licensed clinical social worker and a proud alum of Livingstone College. I graduated from the wonderful Department of Social Work. Here at Livingstone now, though, serving as the Director of Counseling, I provide acute care in our counseling center, and that allows me to work in conjunction with our mental health task force, as well as our president's current initiative, the Hope Emancipation Project. And basically what we do in the counseling center is try to tie it all together based on Livingstone College's whole person integrated care model. We care about the whole person: academics, mental health, spiritual health, physical health, anything that has to do with our students, our campus community, we're concerned about it. And in the counseling center, we partner to try to help with that.
So you talked a little bit about the Hope Emancipation Project. Tell us a little more about that.
So the Hope Emancipation Project is our President Davis, President 13, it's his initiative, and our Professor McDowell is spearheading that. And that program allows Livingstone College to create our own brand in dealing with foster care youth or young people who are aging out of foster care. And that's near and dear to our president's heart. And I won't tell his story, but it's near and dear to his heart. And so every domain that has to deal with holistic care is represented here on our Livingstone College. And so we have a task force that allows us to work with social service agencies across the world, not just North Carolina, but across the world. And we are offering the opportunity for foster care youth who are emancipating out of foster care to come to Livingstone College. And in coming to Livingstone College, you know how students are able to leave at Christmas and Thanksgiving and in the summertime. Sometimes that can be difficult for certain populations. And as a part of President Davis's initiative, we are looking to combat even those issues to start our young people, these young people, off on a different trajectory in their life, offering hope. And the H in hope stands for healing. And we know that when we start that healing process, everything else can flow smoother. But that's our president's initiative, and we are glad to support that.
Absolutely. And actually, with that whole project, we've had a lot of amazing students come through here. They've been a part of different organizations. I've even had them a part of Royal Court. And they're amazing. They fit right in. We don't ostracize them for being, aged out of foster care. Actually, they're some of the better students that we can talk to and relate to a little more. Yeah. So that is an amazing project that Dr. Davis has started. Yes. We also have Mrs. Dr. Davis, yes, in which she started the Mental Health Task Force, yes, in which we both are a part of. Yes. And we've had amazing turnout of events on campus, amazing speakers on campus. Yes. So let's talk a little more about that as well.
So our illustrious First Lady, Dr. Jacqueline Davis, she has a heart for mental health, a passion for mental health. And as our First Lady, that is the initiative that she has chosen. And so she's spearheading a lot of our mental health initiatives that we're doing here on the campus. Mental health has always been an issue or a concern. I think COVID just highly pronounced what was existing, and certainly things did change during COVID because we were in a time of crisis. But Dr. Jacqueline Davis is working with a task force of her own with a lot of the same people, but she's spearheading the way of awareness and making sure that our campus is aware that your mental health matters. That's one of the things that she likes to say, you matter. Your mental health matters. And so we work together in supporting her and the initiatives, because at the core of that is not just our students, it's our entire Livingstone community. And so First Lady and the task force, we are working together and partnering because we want everyone to be okay.
Absolutely. When they say everyone, I mean everyone. We have events on campus for the students, the faculty and staff. Well, we can take a moment to come in and breathe. There are different exercises that we do, whether it's art, reading, dance, meditation, stretching. There are different types of things that we do during those sessions that the Mental Health Task Force and First Lady Davis have implemented on the campus.
And even, Ramsey, the testing, during the testing seasons at
the
end,
the
are you good?
Yep, are you good? Yeah. So what that is we have, I guess you could say it's not really a rally, but it's a study session a little bit, but it's making sure that all the students are good, they're prepared for their testing. They have food, snacks, a lot of other organizations that we partner with. I know this past one before they left, Mr. and Ms. Livingstone partnered with Powerhouse in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they came up and did some testing for the students for STD, STI, testing, so they'll know their status before the summer and probably do the same coming back. So it's a holistic thing with mental health, and knowing that it all plays a part in being a better student, being a better person, and having a better mind and spirit on campus. So again, thank you, Dr. Flowers Corpinen, for coming on and telling us a little bit about your department and what you do. And again, remember, donate your funds. Go to projects like this. Go to different organizations to help with mental health, to make sure that the students are equipped, to make sure the faculty and staff are equipped, and they're mentally prepared, especially coming into this year. We're in a heat wave right now, so a lot of people are in the house and they may not know how to function. It's a little bit like COVID, but you know, when they come back to school, we have those services available for them to make sure that they're aligned, body, mind, and soul. So thank you for coming out. We appreciate you. And all right, we'll be right back.
Thank you.
I went back to college, earned my bachelor's degree, went back to college, earned a master's, went back to college, earned a doctorate. And guess what? I went from foster care to the president's chair.
Make sure you have a strong plan B, just in case things don't work out. So you're as strong as your relationships.
Hey, Blue Bear family, on the road again. That's right, we are in Bloomfield, Connecticut, part of the 10 City Plus tour.
We came up the I-95 corridor, made our way to Harlem, USA. And we're here with our friends from Capitol.
We've had a phenomenal experience here with their outstanding students at Career High School.
And even though we're showing up late in the year, we're finding diamonds in the rough. We have with me two young ladies from Bloomfield High.
Not only is there a presidential scholar coming to Livingstone College, you see he's in a cap and gown. He's in a cap and gown because he did it different. He graduated from community college today before he graduated from high school.
One friend heard about the opportunity in Livingstone, went to go get another friend, and they're both coming to Blue Bear Nation.
I have to ask the question though, who you with? LC!
Our next Livingstone College Day of Giving ambassador is Ms. Carmen Harper. She is also a graduate of Livingstone College, and she says, I support Livingstone because of the rich history in the Amy Zion Church and the impactful community work it has done in the city of Salisbury, leaving a lasting legacy. So if you believe in what she says and the mission and why she supports Livingstone, make sure you go ahead again and go to our website, www.livingstone.edu. Go to our Give Now page and give. You can also call in or bring your donations in live in person if you're in Salisbury. So if you would like to, again, follow Miss Carmen Harper, make sure you donate and put her name in the memo.
Blue Bear family, it's another day in the neighborhood. We're on the campus of Livingstone College, and yes, it's the first day of orientation. Listen, last year we had record numbers, but did you know this year we have doubled the turnout from this year compared to last year? Did you hear me? Double. The number of attendees this year are 2 times higher than who we had in the building last year at this time. Man, great things are happening here on the campus of Livingstone College. We are trending one of the largest classes ever. But I'm going to ask you to stay tuned, and I got to ask you the question, who you with? LC?
Livingstone College President, Dr. Anthony Davis.
Scotty C got this one. Scotty C got this one.
Our next Livingstone College Day of Giving ambassador is David Wilsonton. Livingstone College deserves our support because they serve the underserved and they contribute greatly to the well-being of our community. And again, that is David Wisnett.
Hey, Blueberry family, it's another day in the neighborhood. We're on the campus of Livingstone College, and yes, it's the first day of orientation. Listen, last year we had record numbers, but did you know this year we have doubled the turnout from this year compared to last year? Did you hear me? Double. The number of attendees this year are 2 times higher than who we had in the building last year at this time. Man, great things are happening here on the campus of Livingstone College. We are trending one of the largest classes ever. But I'm gonna ask you to stay tuned, and I gotta ask you the question, who you with? LC?
I went back to college, earned my bachelor's degree, went back to college, earned a master's, went back to college, earned a doctorate, and guess what? I went from foster care to...
All right, everyone, I am back, and I have one of the most important people on our campus because this is a department, this is the man that leads that department. We have Mr. Anthony Brooks.
Hello, how's everyone? It's such a pleasure to be here again. It's one of the events that I look forward to each and every year. So I'm grateful. Thank you.
Well, we're glad to have you here, and thank you for being thankful. We're just glad you could be in the number. We know this is a very, very hard time of the year for you because you're still trying to get those last-minute students to pull in, to come to Livingstone. So let me tell you something. Mr. Brooks is the man. Last year, him and his team, the whole admissions and enrollment team, they brought in record-breaking numbers for Livingstone College. Since COVID, that was the largest class of scholars, presidential scholars, student athletes. I mean, just all the way around brought in an abundance of students that are amazing. This past freshman class really broke doors, shattered glass. They, the academic level and excellence that we have here now is amazing. So, Mr. Brooks, let's see. What you going to do to top yourself this year? What does the enrollment have going for us this year?
Well, we're excited again. I would first like to say, glory to God, first and foremost. Without him, we wouldn't be where we are, so we want to give credit where credit is due. I also like to thank our phenomenal leader, Dr. Anthony J. Davis, his tremendous support, and also his efforts with fundraising and recruitment is tremendous. And of course, our phenomenal enrollment management and admissions team. They are by far the best admissions team this world has ever seen, and we're grateful for what they've been able to do. To your point, Mr. Frazier, last year we increased new student enrollment by 27%. Overall enrollment increased by 13%. We had an overall increase in presidential scholars. We went from 14 presidential scholars in 2023 to 2024. We had 108, which is a 671% increase.
Wow.
Average GPA went up from a 2.7 to a 3.26. And so we're grateful for that.
Amazing.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And to your question, as it relates to this year, we're even more excited. We believe that the momentum and the support that we've received from the campus, we have wonderful alums that have been out there with us, helping us recruit, singing the praises of this wonderful institution. There's not a better place for a student to be than Livingstone College. And right now, to that point, we're actually up as it relates to the number of students that have already paid enrollment deposits for over last year. So right now we're up 43% over last year with students that have already paid enrollment deposits. In terms of students who attended our first orientation last year, compared to this orientation this year, we're up 81% in the number of attendees, and one of the greatest stats is the number of presidential scholars compared to last year. We had a wonderful increase last year. This year, we're up 33% of presidential scholars that have paid deposits. So again, we give glory to God. We're grateful for all the opportunities that have been provided, and more importantly, we're grateful to be a part of this Livingstone College family.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks, for the hard work that you and your team has put in.
Thank you.
I know I used to work in admissions, so I know the time it takes, the hard work is putting in the applications, calling the students,
Yes.
making sure they got financial aid, make sure they paid their deposits, their room and board. And, one thing I did learn is if you pay, that means you staying.
Right,
So we
right.
look forward when the students say they're paying their room and board and they got their financial aid in, we know that we got them locked in. So we appreciate you and your team for that. We thank you. We look forward to all of these presidential scholars coming in.
Yes.
It is really changing how Livingstone academically is excelling, the students' morale on campus and what they're doing. So thank you, Mr. Brooks. We appreciate the update. We can't wait to see the number of
Yes.
students we have come in the fall
Yes.
to continue to grow. So make sure y'all continue to, donate, support the institution because it costs money to travel to all these
Amen.
different states,
Amen.
to get out there to recruit, to make sure that we're bringing in more
Yes.
Blue Bears to the school.
Yes.
So again, thank you. We appreciate your department. We appreciate you all's time.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing what you all bring in the fall.
Well, we can't wait, and to your point, Mr. Frazier, continue to support. We believe that what you all are doing is being placed in good ground, as we say, and so continue to support as much as you can. It is being very well utilized to continue to expand and grow this phenomenal institution. So thank you, Mr. Frazier, for all that you and your team continues to do. We're grateful
No
to you all
problem.
as well. So
Now,
thank
hold
you.
on. Before we leave, now we have two more orientation days. What are those dates that are coming up? And where alums, you can come and support, you can volunteer. I'm sure they're going to walk around campus. So if you feel like you still know the campus a little bit, you know the history, you can come in and volunteer. So what are those 2 days?
So our second orientation for the summer is July 19th. Of course, that is a Saturday. And our last orientation is on August 14th. The students that come on the August 14th orientation, of course, that will be move-in day as well. And so those are our 2 final orientation dates. We're looking for great programs and events, and your support is greatly appreciated.
So outside of you giving, we expect to see you July 19th
Yes.
and August 14th.
That's right.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Thank you.
I went back to college, earned my bachelor's degree, went back to college, earned a master's, went back to college, earned a doctorate. And guess what? I went from foster care to the president's chair.
Hello again. I'm here with Miss Livonia Corey, class of 1966, and she's here to present a gift to UNCF.
Yes, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and I believe in giving, and I believe in each student getting a good education.
Thank you, Ms. Corey, and thank you for your contribution. You are one of our continuous donors, and we say thank you for all that you do for Livingstone College and all that you have given in the past and that you will give in the future. So thank you for being with us today on this day of giving.
You're welcome. More than welcome.
Honey.
But after I made that announcement, we know that there are about 70 people who raised their hand to be my match. To God be the glory.
Okay, Blue Bear family, I'm back now with Dr. Lawrence Quinnett, interim director. I want to get your title right. What's the title? Interim?
I don't think I'm interim
Not
anymore.
interim anymore.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yay.
I've been department chair for the past 2 years.
Okay, department chair.
Of music and theater arts.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm excited to
My apologies.
start a new year.
Congratulations. Yeah, I was thinking I had seen that, but that's okay. That's not what matters. Okay, very good. We're delighted to have you here. So he's going to tell us a bit about what goes on here, some other things as well. I think you wanted to start out with, well, first you can introduce yourself more than that, but also start out with, you know, what's important about the fine arts and that sort of thing.
Yeah, thank you. So as Dr. Teague mentioned, I am the department chair of music and theater arts. I've been here for 8 years now, just kind of flown by. And I teach theory, I teach piano, I accompany the choir, play organ for school assemblies, and we have an amazing team of faculty here. And we're doing great things in music and theater arts. We offer 3 degrees in music liberal arts and music education, and also with a concentration in church music. So we've been doing that for several years and just beefing up the program, making the rigor academically at a higher level so that students are prepared for grad school. But as I've worked with these students, it's become increasingly clear to me that we really do have a profound mission. You know, I think often about how music and the fine arts in general is such an integral part of society, and that everybody has certain gifts that we discover, I believe, in seed form, that we get to nourish and cultivate, and hopefully, if we're fortunate, we get to do as a profession. And some people have musical gifts and other performing gifts. So we get to invest in the lives of our young children and young adults.
Great, great. So where do our students come from in your department? All over? Are there some concentrations?
Yeah, so we've had students from up north, West Coast, like Michigan area, Georgia, many in North Carolina, but really from all over.
Very good, very good. So anything else about the program itself that you want to talk about?
Well, I did want to highlight a few things.
Absolutely.
We are doing great things in the community. I'm wearing a Livingstone College Music Camp shirt. Right. We're in our 3rd year. It's really exciting, and we've had the most piano students this year ever. Went very smoothly, and we had almost 30 students in band and voice and piano. And some of them were students who had never read music before, and were learning theory and were memorizing and learning new pieces, and could give a concert for their friends and family at the end of the year. We've been doing a Bach Around the Clock festival. The past 2 years, we've done a spirituals festival, opera scenes. I think it's important that our student body and the wider community knows that there is a rich history within the classical music world of composers of the African diaspora. And so the concert choir has been singing music by Nunez Garcia, a Baroque Brazilian priest and composer who was Black. And we've had guest artists and other performances by myself and others, by Joseph Bologna, who has been the subject of the recent biopic Chevalier. And there are more plans in the works for upcoming events. I think our department is on the cusp of some exciting things. We're getting incredible numbers from the admissions department
for this coming year.
Yeah,
excellent.
we could. It looks like we're going to double our numbers this year, so that's exciting.
Very good.
And so there's a lot of stuff happening. We went to Cuba last year. The concert choir. We restarted the Julian B. Duncan Players for the theater area, and we're just continuing to affect the community. Many of the students from our summer camp came from outside of our general area, some as far as Durham or Charlotte.
Oh, wow.
And so we're having incredible impact, and it's only going to grow.
Very good. Very good. So what is coming up? Tell us about the future.
Well, so there are plans to have our first musical in at least 10 years.
All right.
The plan is to do She Loves Me, classic musical. And we've been having talks with Mr. Anderson about digital workstations and music technology classes. There's talks for future overseas trips.
Very good.
And upgrading our equipment. That's a big need that we have.
Right.
And we've had the Music Legacy Project for quite some time. This plans to update our facilities, instruments, and storage facilities, and right now our music department is probably the best place that we've been in the 10 well, I guess 8 years since I've been here.
Okay.
But we still have a ways to go.
Sure,
And we've had donations that have allowed us to purchase 3 Steinway-made instruments, and so we're on our way to becoming an all-Steinway school.
Right, I know that's something we want to do.
Yeah,
right.
so that's the Steinway project, and if you're interested in that, you can find that specific line item in the on the website.
On our website,
Yep.
right.
And so yeah, a lot of really good things. I guess. Oh, and we do have a strings program that has been in place for a number of years now, and we have just been so impressed with our string scholars, and we're hoping to expand that. We have a wonderful partnership with the Salisbury Symphony.
Very good.
And those string scholars and several of our music majors are recipients of generous scholarships that we have for music majors. And we see that those scholarship recipients They have been fantastic in just their work ethic, their ability to perform, and so I'm excited to see what's in store for the next year.
Very good. So this is Day of Giving, and so if somebody out there is hearing this and they want to give to our music department, what are some of the most important ways that money could be used?
So obviously one could designate it anywhere they wanted,
Sure.
right? If you specifically have a heart for the musical theater program or musical scholarships, that would be great. But our two biggest recommendations for our department is the Music Legacy Project, which encompasses all of our equipment needs, including instruments, and specifically, if you wanted to go to pianos, that would be the Steinway Project. Of course, these instruments, like our practice instruments, the ones that are in our faculty offices, the ones that are on stage, they are used by each and every music major, by guest artists, by members of the community, and they have a huge impact, and it's becoming the standard nowadays for upper tier music departments around the world. So those two are probably my biggest recommendations: the Music Legacy Project, or if you want to be more specific toward pianos, then the Steinway Project.
Very good, very good. Okay, so we're very proud of our music department and that program, and we appreciate what Dr. Quinnett does, and we appreciate your time today, and I'm sure that they're more informed now, and hopefully the generosity will flow toward what you're doing. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Anything else you need to add before we close up?
Well, just God bless Livingstone. Thank you for watching, and please reach out to me if you have any questions.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
I went back to college, earned my bachelor's degree, went back to college, earned a master's, went back to college, earned a doctorate, and guess what? I went from foster care to the president's chair.
Make sure you have a strong plan B, just in case things don't work out. So you're as strong as your relationships.
Hey, Blue Bear family, on the road again. That's right, we are in Bloomfield, Connecticut, part of the 10 City Plus tour.
We came up the I-95 corridor, made our way to Harlem, USA. And we're here with our friends from Capitol.
We've had a phenomenal experience here with their outstanding students at Career High School.
And even though we're showing up late in the year, we're finding diamonds in the rough. We have with me two young ladies from Bloomfield High.
Not only is there a presidential scholar coming to Livingstone College, you see he's in a cap and gown. He's in a cap and gown because he did it different. He graduated from community college today before he graduated from high school.
One friend heard about the opportunity in Livingstone, went to go get another friend, and they're both coming to Blue Bear Nation.
I have to ask a question though. Who you with?
Hey, Blue Bear family, it's another day in the neighborhood. We're on the campus of Livingstone College, and yes, it's the first day of orientation. Listen, last year we had record numbers, but did you know this year we have doubled the turnout from this year compared to last year? Did you hear?
Welcome back, Blue Bear family. This is the grand finale, our last interview of the day. And for me, this is just very natural because we have Ms. Naila McDowell, and we talk every day. So for me to have a conversation with her is nothing unusual. Thank you, Ms. McDowell, for being with us today.
Pronouncing my name correctly. So many people don't. But
I'm aware of that. I was very careful.
Thank you.
I was very, very careful. So we have the opportunity to work together on a daily basis and in two different areas. We're going to start with what we call CRI, which is the Career Readiness Institute.
Whoops. Okay.
And so Ms. McDowell has been the director of that since its inception, and that was right at 2 years ago, I believe. So tell these good folks, what is CRI?
Okay, thank you. So CRI is the Career Readiness Institute at Livingstone College. And yes, it has been 2 years. I can't believe it has gone by that quickly. It's an exciting program where we actually work with students from their freshman year all the way to their senior years to get them prepared to enter into the workforce or into graduate school. And we know that does require that amount of attention. We can't wait until their senior year to try to get them ready. We want a real return on investment with their college degree, and that means that we have to put the work in. We have to make sure that they have the networks, the internships, the hard skills, the soft skills. So we work diligently with all of our students.
Yep, very good. So what does that look like if I'm I'm obviously too old to be a freshman at Livingstone College, but if I were and I was coming in, what would that look like for me as a student, whether I'm a freshman or not, as a student? What would that look like?
Never too old to be a freshman.
I've been a freshman before.
Yes, but as a freshman, what we do is something called 6 seminars for freshmen, and they experience things like connecting their academics behaviors to their career outcomes, all the way to understanding what emotional intelligence is. We have a great session on that. We also, Dr. Davis teaches a session. He calls me and says, when am I up to teach?
Right,
so he actually teaches them, and I really think that that's a great opportunity for mentorship. And so we have 6 of those every academic year for the past 2 years, and it has gone really well. What I've noticed is that freshmen are 2 times more likely than any other group or any other classification to participate in other events that we have. And I think that is because of the freshman seminars. They understand the value because of the seminars, and they knock on our doors. We don't have to find them, they find us.
Very good. And that is specifically for freshmen?
Yes.
Okay, so you get beyond that year, you're a sophomore, you're a junior. What does it look like for them?
A lot of activities. So one program that we have is called the Premier Candidates. And with our Premier Candidates, there is a certain criteria. You have to have at least a 3.2 GPA. You should have attended some of our events, and you receive an invitation to participate. And it's an interest meeting. And so you learn about the Premier Candidates, and those who participate, they receive all access to events first, because these are the ones that we are working with hand in hand to make sure that they are prepared for the opportunities. Now, we work with the whole college, whole student body, but the Premier Candidates come to event after event after event, and then they have something that we call the Premier Candidate Retreat, where they actually receive specialized professional development, all the way from what does it look to dress professionally, what does that mean? They receive virtual business cards, and then they learn from CEOs, Fortune 500 companies. Last year when we had it, Cisco, a Fortune 500 company, came and presented. And so they really receive firsthand access to anything that career readiness offers. So that is one of our unique
Right.
programs.
So when does someone become eligible to be a Premier candidate?
After their freshman year.
After their freshman year. Very good. Okay. All right. So what else do the good folks listening to us need to know about CRI?
A lot.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
our seniors, of course, we work hand in hand with our seniors. There are professional development requirements in order to graduate. There's community service
Right.
requirements in order to graduate. And we know that our seniors are really rising up to the occasion. When we first started, they said, oh, is that the requirement? And now they're beating down our doors. We've got to get this requirement in so that we can graduate. But they are doing a phenomenal job.
Good.
In addition to working with the seniors, after they graduate, we work with students 5 years post-graduation. And we have seen a really great impact. When you talk about return on investment, I can tell you that our class that graduated in 2024, 2023 and 2024, 71 out of the 102 students that graduated are either in grad school or have a career in their major. And that is a phenomenal outcome and a direct result of the work that we do with them post-graduation.
And that is particularly an improvement over what we would have heard in prior years.
Absolutely. Prior years, we were looking at maybe 35%.
Yeah.
And so that is doubled.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very good. Okay. What else do they need to know?
Some of the things that when you're talking about a day of giving, some of the things that they need to know. First of all, alumni have just been phenomenal with our career closet.
Okay.
Professional attire is critical for our students. And I know I talked about it last year, and our closet is overflowing this
Yes,
year.
it
So
is.
thank you
Yes,
so
it is.
much to alumni. Thank you to everyone who gave and who is continuing to give to the closet. Another major challenge that we have financially is transportation.
Right.
Getting our students to these opportunities is a big deal. Affordable housing for them when they have internship opportunities, that's a big deal. So we're really looking into how we can make sure that when they qualify and when they are interested, that we can get them to the finish line and overcome some of those barriers.
Very good. Very good. So I know you and I could talk about this all day, but they're not going to let us. So if you could kind of summarize what's the goal, you know, what really, you know, what's our overall objective, what's the, you know, the dream there, you know, if things happen the way you really want them to, what would that look like?
Oh, wow. I think we know the answer to that. If Dr. Davis was here and I didn't say it, I might I might not be here tomorrow. But my charge is every student that walks across the stage should walk across the stage with a diploma in one hand and a job offer or graduate school acceptance in the other.
Right.
And so my job is not complete until everyone knows what life after Livingstone looks like for them.
Right. Absolutely. You said it very well.
Thank
yes.
you.
We've heard it many times.
Yes.
Yes, but that is absolutely correct. Do you know if we are seeing a trend in terms of more of our students getting into grad school, that going that route?
Absolutely. So I know that we were at 22 to 25% over the past 5 years.
Okay.
We have jumped to, I want to say 35% in 2024.
Okay.
I don't have the numbers yet for 2020,
Right.
obviously for 2025, but I'm expecting to see an increase.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Okay. That's quite a change.
Yes.
That's quite a change. I know we want to talk about the Hope Emancipation Project too. Anything else about CRI before we jump over to that ministry?
I just want to reiterate that return on investment. I know that this is a time where going to college has been questioned. Is it worth it? And then with AI changing the workforce landscape, we are really keeping our eye on that and making sure that our students are ready for what's down the road. That's going to require all hands on deck. That's going to require financial assistance. We have to know how the workforce is going to change,
Right.
and we have to make sure they're prepared. So that is my full-time job.
Okay. Yeah, and that involves a lot of relationships, partnerships, collaboration, both within our own community, such as with our Economic Development Commission, maybe Chamber of Commerce, some of those, and we have those relationships, but also obviously well beyond that. And so that's something we continue to build is all those partnerships out there. So perhaps our alumni can help us with connections with some of those because, you know, they have some of those relationships. So keep that in mind. Right?
Absolutely. And one more thing, our expos with the, I hope it's okay for me to talk a little bit about this, but with the new administration.
Well, you won't be the first one today, so go ahead.
Okay. With the new administration, I have seen businesses have actually called me and say, we're not going to be able to work with you.
Right.
And that was a big disappointment.
Right.
But the ones that showed up, I am committed to making sure that we have students ready and available to do the job. And so with alumni, I need your support. I need alumni. If you are hiring, if you have an internship opportunity, I need your support during our expos. I need your support during the events that we have on campus, because there are some people who are bailing out and don't think that diversity is worth it.
And it's not like we're asking them to give something to us. It's good for them too.
Absolutely.
So it's a win-win. Thank you for
definitely a
adding that.
win-win.
Great. All right, let's talk about the Hope Emancipation Project.
Yes.
What does HOPE stand for?
Yes, so HOPE is an acronym. It stands for Healing, Opportunity, Preparation, and Empowerment. And it is one of Dr. Davis's signature programs. It's designed for youth who have aged out of foster care and who desire to go to college. There's a statistic that Dr. Davis loves to quote, and it's a very powerful statistic, and it's that 85% of youth who have aged out of foster care want to go to college, but only 3% go. And out of the 3% that go, only 1% will graduate. Those are daunting numbers. And with the program that we are creating at Livingstone College, we are hopeful and we believe that we will make a dent in that number and that we'll see a brighter future.
Very good. And how are we going about that?
So what we've done is we've looked at the campus. I am a sociologist by trade, and so of course the first thing that I'm going to examine is the structure. And when I was asked to lead this program, I examined the structure at Livingstone College. And I wanted to understand how we could tweak or adjust or modify our structure in a way that would be conducive for the youth who've aged out of foster care, not just to do well, but to thrive. I believe at an HBCU, we understand how to make a culture that breeds success for us. And so it was nothing when you asked us to think about how to do that for this population.
Very good, very good. And so in addition to you, we have hired one employee so far.
Yes.
And so what is her role?
Yes, so we have hired a success coach, and a success coach really works hand in hand with the young folks who are in the program. And I left out the task force that we have, and so when I looked at, you know, how do we rearrange the structure, Dr. Davis gave us a task force, which was wonderful. And so the task force consists of enrollment management. Mr. Brooks was just here. It also consists of Dr. Flowers Corpening. I think she shared some information about the Hope Emancipation Project. We have about 12 people, student affairs, academic affairs obviously is a part of the task force. And we all come together to adjust our programs. Career readiness. How did I leave career readiness out? We're a part of the program. So from start to finish, we have someone there for these young folks in order to make sure that they're successful.
And where do these students come from? I know there's not just one answer to that. And how do they find out about us?
Thank you. So they are coming from everywhere, right? I know that Dr. Davis has a wonderful connection with Connecticut. And so we've been really fortunate to have a lot of students come from that area. North Carolina, I think that we have, in terms of the overall population, I think North Carolina students from North Carolina, we have our largest population of students are from North Carolina. And I think that we'll see that that will be consistent for the Hope Project. Today we had an amazing event where nearly 100 students attended, and they were all from North Carolina. And so, but we also have one coming all the way from Hawaii. So they're from everywhere, and they hear about it. Right now is really word of mouth. Dr. Davis is traveling the country talking about this program. Of course, he has the lived experience, and I don't know if we've shared that yet or if that's been shared.
I don't believe we have.
Okay. So, and I cannot, no one can tell the story like Dr. Davis, right? And I wouldn't dare try to tell it like him, but I will share the reason this is his signature project is because he did age out of foster care. And has designed a program for youth just like him. I've heard him talk about the fact that after leaving foster care, he never needed public assistance again, where he was fully emancipated. And that is his goal and aim for the young folks who have the opportunity to come through this program.
And it's not the case for so many right now.
Wow, so many. When you look at the outcome for students who are engaged in the system. A lot of times they do end up in prison. They do end up prostituting. They do end up in so many places that if given hope, that they might not have ended up in.
That's right.
And so I am just grateful to be in this position. Today, we had a wonderful program, and of course, because I've been asked to lead the program, I saw all the things that went wrong. And someone reeled me back in and said, but the main goal was that the students had hope. And I saw that in the students today. And so that just humbled me and made me realize how good the program is and the good work that we're doing. Very good. I'm excited.
We have a long way to go.
Yeah.
But we're off to a good start.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Anything else you'd like to share with these good folks?
Absolutely. With Hope, a day of giving, scholarships. One of the things that two things that I want to address: the stigma that's associated with young folks who are in foster care. Again, we're an HBCU. And we understand the stigma that's associated with some of us who come to this school. So I am always surprised when I hear someone talk about, well, are they going to bring down the GPA? No, they're not. What we are doing is making sure that they have the academic support, because we do realize that circumstances can sometimes impact your GPA. But that doesn't mean that they're not capable. And so we've designed the wraparound services so that they can not only do well, but thrive. And in that, we have provided, Dr. Davis has provided a full scholarship for them. It's not an academic scholarship, it's a circumstance scholarship. And what we do know is that when you graduate with debt and no family, you have created an additional burden that might really hinder someone from being successful.
Absolutely.
And so they have a scholarship, and we believe that it's going to pay off. We talk about return on investment. They're going to put the work in. That we have seen the young folks who are already in the program putting the work in. They have stayed in the program. They have retained and persisted. So we believe that as the program grows, we'll continue to see that. But scholarships are critical.
Right. And we have a partner in the Annie E. Casey Foundation as we develop this program, because we're we're running it and developing it at the same time.
Yes.
And so they've been a very valuable partner to us so far.
Absolutely. So the ultimate goal with the Hope Emancipation Project is we're not trying to develop a program that's solely for Livingstone. The youth who are in foster care are central to this. And so what does that mean? It means that we want to build a model that other HBCUs can use in order to see that these young folks are successful. So we're working with Annie E. Casey Foundation closely to develop that model and to understand what's the secret sauce? What are we doing that is the outcome is so great? What is it that Dr. Davis had, right? That he started out in foster care and now he's a college president. What is that formula? And when we get that right, I think that we will see that other HBCUs will be really interested in that.
Yep, very good, very good. Yeah, we don't want to hoard that. We want to share it. Anything else before we close up?
I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to share information about the programs. Thank you for your leadership. You have just been a phenomenal VP, so I really appreciate you.
I didn't pay her to say that.
He didn't.
No, it's been a wonderful thing, and we look forward to great success in the future as we keep developing this. Thank you for your time and for what you do day in and day out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Blue Bear family, it's another day in the neighborhood. We're on the campus of Livingstone College, and yes, it's the first day of orientation. Listen, last year we had record numbers, but did you know this year we have doubled the turnout from this year compared to last year? Did you hear me? Double. The number of attendees this year are 2 times higher than who we had in the building last year at this time. Man, great things are happening here on the campus of Livingstone College. We are trending one of the largest classes ever. But I'm going to ask you to stay tuned, and I got to ask you the question, who you with? LC?
Good afternoon again. We are so excited to have Dr. Carolyn Duncan here. She's going to make a presentation to UNCF, and at this time, I'm going to turn it over to her.
Good afternoon. As a graduate of Livingstone, of course, I'm always very happy to have the opportunity to give back. The institution gave so much to me that not only helped me and propelled me toward my career goals, also gave me the background for different ideas of things that I could do and potentials that I had that I wasn't aware of. So I've always been grateful of that. And whenever I can, I always give back. And today, I would like to give $1,000 to UNCF.
Thank you so much, Dr. Duncan. As UNCF says, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. And so we are investing in the minds of our young people, not only at Livingstone, but wherever they choose to go to school. So, but thank you on behalf of the UNCF office and the college for making a presentation to UNCF. Thank you.
Scotty C got this one.
Okay, Blue Bear family, we are at the end I hope this has been informative and enjoyable. Ranzino, I think it's been good. We've learned a lot today.
We've learned a lot. We have a lot of things going on at Livingstone. We have a lot of exciting things coming up in the fall with our different departments and the students. So I think overall you all see why you should give, why you should come and visit, why you should volunteer your time here at Livingstone College.
We hope that a lot of the folks that we've interviewed and have made presentations that you've learned some things about Livingstone. Probably you didn't know some of these things were going on. Maybe I didn't know some of these things were going on, and we're here. You know, a lot of wonderful things going on at Livingstone College. Certainly we attribute a lot to our 13th president, Dr. Anthony J. Davis, but as you can tell, there's a lot of people doing a lot of good things here, and it's worth supporting, and we appreciate your support. Ranzino, what else do we need to say to these good folks?
That's it. Just remember, again, donate. You can continue to donate after today. And we want to make sure, like I say, that you always represent Livingstone where you are. So who you with?
LC. Thank you. Have a great day.